Court, all rise, please. Girls, no folks. Chairs, this way.
Council, anything we need to talk about before the break?
Oh, yeah.
No,
All right,
thank you.
so we'll be in recess at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Session may be seated.
Your Honor, for the purpose of the record, we return back to the matter of Commonwealth versus Lindsay Clancy. All parties are present, including the defendant, excluding the jury.
All right. Council, ready for the jury?
Yes.
All right, bring them in. Council, can I see it side by just very briefly? Turn off now. All right.
Court, all rise. Jurors enter. This court's now in session. Please be seated.
Your Honor, for the purpose of the record, we return back to the trial of Commonwealth versus Lindsay Clancy. All parties are present, including the defendant and including the 18 jurors.
All right. Everyone, thank you. Commonwealth, call your next witness, please.
Thank you. Commonwealth calls Amy Bevins.
Good afternoon. You stop right there. Raise your right hand to the clerk, please.
Good afternoon. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony and the evidence you shall give to the court and the jury in the matter now pending between the Commonwealth and the defendant actually to the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God. You may have a seat.
Watch your step, please.
Bless you.
All right, good afternoon. I'd ask you to speak into that microphone, keep your voice up if you could, okay?
Okay.
All right. Tree spray.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Amy Bevins, AMYBEVINS.
And your date of birth?
8/22/90.
Do you live in Connecticut?
Yes.
What do you do for work?
I'm a licensed behavior analyst, but I specialize primarily in early intervention for young children with autism.
If you could just keep your voice up a little bit, maybe come a little forward to the mic. How long have you been doing that?
6 years. I was a special education teacher before that for a long time as well.
Do you know Lindsay Clancy?
Yes.
How do you know her?
We have been friends for almost 29 years.
So you met her when you were children?
Yes.
Did you go to school together?
Elementary school.
And after that?
All the way up through middle school and high school as well.
Okay. And Did you keep in touch with Lindsay when you went off to college?
Yes.
I'm assuming you didn't go to the same college, right?
No.
Do you know where Lindsay went?
Quinnipiac University.
And how did you keep in touch?
Through texts, phone calls. We visited each other at each other's campuses.
And then when Lindsay went to nursing school, did you still stay in touch at that point in time?
Yes.
And how did you do that? The same way, like text visits?
Yes. I also lived in Boston at the same time that she was in nursing school up in Boston.
So was your contact more frequent while she was in nursing school versus when she was in college?
I can't remember the exact amount of contact, but I would say we were always in contact together, yes.
Okay. While Ms. Clancy was in nursing school, did she ever tell you that she was taking some mental health medication?
I can't recall.
Did she ever tell you that she was struggling with anxiety or anything like that while in nursing school?
Nothing that I can recall.
And after she was finished with nursing school, did the two of you still remain in touch?
Yes.
And how often would you see her?
I moved back home to Connecticut, so whenever she was able to visit home, we would stay in touch. I traveled to Boston not very frequently, but I would visit her there as well.
And did you have a text chain going between the two of you?
Yes.
And did you also have a group text with other friends from Connecticut that you both grew up with that you would participate in?
Yes.
And how often would you text with Lindsay?
Pretty frequently. It depended on, I think, the point in life that we were at, but I would say there was regular communication.
And growing up with Lindsay and knowing her into adulthood, how would you describe her general demeanor?
She was pretty a calm person. She was nice and had a very calm approach to herself.
And during that time that you knew her and would interact with her, did you ever notice any changes in her pattern of speech or rate of speech?
No.
Was she pretty consistent in her behavior and speech patterns throughout the years that you knew her?
Yes.
After Ms. Clancy had Cora, were you still in contact with her at that time?
Yes.
And just to kind of get it out of the way, were you in contact with her all the way up through January of 2023?
Yes.
Okay. And so after she had Cora, did you notice any changes in her demeanor?
No.
Did you notice any changes in her behavior?
No.
Did you notice any changes in her speech patterns?
No.
After she had Dawson, did she talk to you about that delivery and how that went?
Yes.
And what did she tell you about that?
That was more of a difficult delivery than the one she had with Cora, that she would maybe need to take some time to recover prior to thinking about having a third child.
And during that time, after she had Dawson, did you notice any changes in her behavior?
No.
Or her demeanor?
No.
Her speech pattern?
No.
Was there anything about your interactions with Lindsay during that time that caused you to have concern about her harming herself or someone else?
No.
And then after she gave birth to Callan, did you notice a change in her demeanor at that time?
No.
Or her behavior or rate of speech?
No.
Did you see her in Connecticut in November of 2022?
Yes.
And why did you see her then? What was happening?
She had traveled down to Connecticut. We had gotten together as a group to go out to breakfast.
And had she come to Connecticut alone or with her family?
Alone, I believe, at that time.
And you said you went out to breakfast?
Yes.
Was this with that whole group of friends and spouses and everyone that kept in contact from Connecticut?
Yes, there was a group of us there that had all remained friends.
Did you notice anything about her demeanor or behavior at that breakfast in November of 2022 that caused you concern or was different than her typical behavior?
No.
Did you have some text conversations in January of 2023 about some issues that Lindsay was having?
Yes.
And do you recall when those messages started?
I don't recall the exact date of the messages, but it was only, I believe, one night.
And in terms of what happened on January 24th, 2023, how close in time was it to that?
Can you repeat the question? I'm
So
sorry.
in terms of January 24th, 2023, when the children were killed, how close in time were your text messages to that incident?
Only a few days.
Okay. And what was that text conversation?
She had shared that she had been taking a medication that caused her to have some dark thoughts, but that she was going to, or had been weaning, like tapering off that medication and was trialing new ones that would remove those side effects and be more helpful and therapeutic to what she needed.
And did she tell you what those dark thoughts were?
No.
What was the tone of the conversation?
Hopeful, I would categorize it. I remember it being something where there was conveying of hope and that it was going to be we were moving in a positive direction.
So basically, would it be fair to say that Lindsay was telling you that she'd had some side effects and some dark thoughts because of medication, but was weaning off of those and moving on to something else that would hopefully help her?
Yes.
Did she ever express at any point that she wanted to harm herself?
No.
Did she ever express that she wanted to harm the children?
No.
Did she ever tell you that she was hearing voices?
No.
Other than saying that she had had some bad thoughts, did she say anything else that was concerning in that conversation?
No.
I want to direct your attention to March of 2023. Did you visit Miss Clancy while she was at the Spaulding Rehabilitation Facility?
Yes.
And how was that arranged?
At the request of one of her family members who reached out to see if I would like to come visit.
And you traveled to Massachusetts and visited Lindsay at the Spaulding Rehab Center, is that right?
Yes.
And what did you do there with Lindsay that day?
We made small talk. We played Uno. It was a pretty basic visit.
When you say you made small talk, what did she talk about?
I remember her asking about my daughter. I remember her asking about any updates to life events for our friends. We talked about some hobbies that she was doing while at Spaulding and then played a game.
Do you remember what hobbies she was doing at Spaulding?
I can't recall specifically, no.
At any point in time, did she mention the death of her children?
No.
At any point in time, did she break down in tears and cry about her children?
No.
What was her affect during that meeting?
I don't remember exactly. Pretty neutral, I would say.
Did she attempt at any point to harm herself?
No.
Did she ask you for help in harming herself?
No.
Did she talk about Cora, Dawson, or Callan at all?
No.
I have nothing further. Thank you.
Mr. Reddington.
Afternoon. You're nervous. Don't be. Okay. You guys go back how far?
Almost 29 years.
And over those 29 years, knowing Lindsay when you guys were in grammar school, I guess, and high school, and then you went off to college and you had your families and your marriages, tell us what your opinion was of her as a person.
I knew her as a good person, a good friend, a good mom.
And you had occasion to see her with her kids and how she acted with her kids, Cora, up till Callan.
Yes.
And did you ever observe anything out of the ordinary, or did she appear to be a loving person and taking care of her kids?
I never saw anything out of the ordinary.
District Attorney asked you about the visit that you had when you were good enough to visit with her at Spaulding Rehab. And this was when, in March of 23?
Yes.
And arrangements had to be made for you to visit with her. You had to get approval, and whether you know or not, I mean, I had to kind of help you out a little bit trying to get through the red tape to get in there to see her, along with her family approval and that type of thing, right?
I don't recall any of that.
But you were able to get in
Yes.
to visit with her. And this would have been in the beginning of March, if you know, the middle of March, the end?
I don't recall the exact
Okay.
time.
Was she able to walk around and ambulate, or was she in a wheelchair, or what was her condition? Was she in bed?
She was in a wheelchair. She was sitting up the entire visit.
Did you ask her about why she was in the wheelchair and anything like that?
No.
You knew that she had been in the hospital from January 24th, right?
Yes.
And you knew that your friend had been charged by the police and had killed her 3 beautiful children, right?
Yes.
That was a bit of an awkward, uncomfortable topic, wasn't it?
I think it would be for anybody, yes.
Absolutely. And the district attorney asked you whether or not she cried and whether or not she told you about her children and anything to do with her children or that incident. You both basically stayed away from that entire subject, right?
I remember also being told not to bring that up specifically, which at the time I figured that could be due to the recommendation of mental health providers, et cetera, who were treating her.
Right. And who told you that?
Her sister.
Now, how long did you visit with her?
It was brief, maybe 30 to 45 minutes.
That's all I have. Wait a minute. Did you guys have a group get together in December of 2022, if you recall?
I don't recall.
Do you recall seeing her after Thanksgiving around that time frame in December of 22?
I don't recall no.
Do you recall having conversations with her around that time frame, which would be in December of 2022, that she was talking to you about medications and asking you questions about a particular medication?
I don't recall the exact time frame of those conversations.
Okay. You were summoned here today by the DA's office, is that correct?
Yes.
You were also on my witness list as well, right?
Yes.
And when I ask you about the conversations, the reason is you were questioned by the state police back in January of 23. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And one of the troopers had asked you whether or not you had any conversations with Lindsay, your friend, about medications, and you indicated that, and I quote, page 12, she knows that I'm pretty open about mental health, that I'm a big advocate of mental health, and she asked me if I knew, like you know, if I had tried a medication. Do you remember saying that?
Yes.
Okay. Does that refresh your memory at all as to approximately what time, when that was? Would that have been in December of 22, after Thanksgiving?
I don't know. I still don't recall the exact time, but I do remember that being a conversation that we had.
Okay. Do you remember where you had the conversation?
It was over text message.
Okay. Do you recall her asking you what your experience was? Because you had some knowledge of medications, correct?
As a patient.
Okay. And as a result of that and being close and good friends, that she had asked you what your experience was. And again, it's page 13. And she would say, how was your experience? Did you ever take this? What was your experience with this? That type of thing. Do you remember that? that conversation?
I don't recall the specific conversation.
Do you recall the medication that she asked you about?
Yes.
What was that?
I remember it being Lexapro.
Do you recall in your text message exchange that she had asked you about or told you about some of the medications that she was taking and that there were some difficulties with it?
Yes.
Do you remember that she had asked you whether or not you had noted or if you were aware of any side effects of medications?
I don't recall.
And after those text threads and with that understanding being as close to Lindsay as you were, she then confided in you that she was having dark thoughts, as I think was the expression.
That was a long time after the conversation that we had about the medication. I do remember that being the first time I had heard any concern around her mental health up until that point.
Okay, and what point was that, if you remember?
Can you restate the question?
Sure. Let me ask it this way. When she told you that she was having problems or difficulties with the medication and when she was telling you that she was having dark thoughts, do you remember when that was?
Towards the end of January 2023.
Okay. Do you remember, was that in person or was that a message, text message?
Over text message.
Did she explicate or did she explain what the dark thoughts were?
No.
And the next time you saw her after that was at the hospital rehab, correct?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. That's all I have.
Counsel? All right, thank you, ma'am. You may step down.
Commonwealth calls Christopher Clancy.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you stop right there, raise your right hand for the clerk, please?
Good afternoon. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony in the evidence you shall give to the court will swear you will not be I do. Thank you, sir. You may have a seat.
Stop, please.
Thank you. Is this my water?
Yes.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
All right, call off.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Could you please state and spell your name for the record?
Yes, Christopher William Clancy. CHRISTOPHER WCLANCY.
And what's your date of birth?
7/26/61.
Where do you live?
Situate, Mass.
And do you work?
No, I'm retired.
What did you do before you retired?
I was a plumbing contractor.
Is Patrick Clancy your son?
Yes.
When did you first meet Lindsay Clancy?
I don't know what the year was, but I believe I met her for the first time at my at the cottage in Hull. That was my parents' house, and I believe that's when I met her. I think he brought it down there.
Was that before or after she and Patrick had gotten engaged?
That was before.
And eventually they got engaged and got married, correct?
Correct.
And had 3 children, correct?
Correct.
So I want to direct your attention to the time frame after Callan was born in May of 2022. Did you have a chance to observe Lindsay interact with Callan?
Yes.
And what was Lindsay like with Callan?
She was very mothering.
And was she protective?
I would say yes, like any mother would be.
Do you recall describing her previously as very protective of him?
I would say that she was very protective of him.
was she, in terms of how protective she was of Callan versus Dawson and Cora, was she more, less, or the same?
I would say she was more of the same when the babies were little, when the babies were young.
So was that something typical when she would have one of the children? She'd be very protective when they were first born?
Yes, I think that's like any other mother, though.
And how often would you see the family?
We saw them regularly. They lived not too far from us. They lived in Weymouth first, and we saw them regularly.
And then eventually they moved to Duxbury?
Yes.
And directing your attention to the time frame between November 16th, 2022 and Thanksgiving of that year, did you see them at your house?
I think they did come up to our house one time. Might have been a Saturday or a Sunday.
Okay. And why did they come over that day?
I think they just came over to say hi.
And what was Lindsay's demeanor that day?
Very good.
And was there any difference in her behavior or speech pattern than what you've seen with her previously?
Not that day.
And how was that visit?
Very good.
Did you then see them at or around Thanksgiving?
Yes, we did.
Okay. And where was that?
That was at my daughter Laura's house in Hamilton.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean
In
to.
Hamilton.
And did you interact with Lindsay that day?
Yes.
What was her demeanor that day?
She seemed a little, how do you say it? Let me think for a minute. She seemed quiet.
Okay. And did she seem to interact with everyone there as she normally would?
Yeah, she was very close with my daughters and her sister-in-law.
Do you recall them wearing coordinating shirts that day?
I think so.
And during dinner that day, did you make observations of Lindsay getting the kids settled down for dinner?
I did.
And did you see her interact with Dawson?
Yes, I did.
And can you describe that interaction, please?
Mm-hmm. She was getting a little frustrated. Dawson was being a little silly, and she was trying to get him to sit down. And she was just a little bit getting frustrated with him, and I noticed it, so I got up to help her.
And when you saw her getting frustrated with him, did you see her do something to get him seated?
She took him by the arm to get him seated. It wasn't anything crazy.
Right.
It's
not like she hit him or anything like that.
No.
Right? She just took his arm and guided him to the seat. Is that correct?
Correct.
But you could see that she was frustrated.
I could.
And so you stepped in to help her, right?
Correct.
And what did you do to help?
I got her a plate, I believe. There were a lot of people, so it was just a little chaotic.
Now, directing your attention to the weekend before Christmas 2022, did you stop by their home that weekend?
I believe we did, yeah.
And who was there?
Her parents.
So it'd be Lindsay's parents, Lindsay, Patrick, and the kids?
Yes.
And were you by yourself or with your wife?
I was with my wife.
And was there a specific point for everyone stopping by and gathering that day?
I don't recall that.
Okay. Were you and your wife checking in or helping out that day?
We might have just been going down to check on things.
Okay. Did you know that there were some struggles going on at that point?
I did.
And did you know that Lindsay was, specifically Lindsay was having some struggles at that point?
Yes.
Did you stop by again a few nights before Christmas?
I thought that's the night you were talking about. Yes, I guess we did.
Okay. And when you stopped by the night before Christmas, do you recall who was there that day?
I think the same people, but I'm not positive.
So Lindsay's parents, Lindsay, Patrick, and the kids?
Yes.
And what was Lindsay's demeanor that day?
It was okay. It wasn't terrible.
Do you recall testifying previously and saying that she seemed like she was in good spirits?
Yes.
Would that be accurate?
Yes.
And when you were there at the house that day, did you make plans for the following day for Christmas Day?
Yes, we made plans to go to Mass.
And who was going to go to Mass?
Lindsay, Patrick, the kids, my wife Sue, and me.
And did you all, we'll strike that, the following day on Christmas, did you go over to Lindsay's home before going to Mass?
Yes.
Okay. Did you all gather for breakfast?
I don't recall.
And let me approach. Page 33. If you can just read to yourself lines 2 through 7, and then just look up when you're done.
Okay.
Take your time.
All right. Okay.
Does that refresh your memory, sir?
Yes.
So did you go over that day for breakfast?
Yes.
And how was Lindsay's demeanor that day?
It was good. She looked beautiful. She had a beautiful dress on.
And do you recall saying previously she seemed very happy that day?
Yes, she did.
And after breakfast, did everyone go to church as planned?
Yes.
And how were the children in church?
Fantastic.
Very well behaved.
Very well.
And then after church, did you have a conversation with Lindsay outside of the church?
I think we talked a little bit. I don't remember what we said, but we were going our separate ways.
Do you recall saying previously that Lindsay said she was glad she came and she really loved it?
Yes.
What was her demeanor while she was engaging with you after Mass?
She was quiet. She said that she liked the Mass and she was really happy that she went.
And do you recall saying before that, strike that, do you recall after that conversation, you guys hugged each other and went your separate ways?
Yes.
Did you see the family again after Christmas?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Did you go to Cora's birthday party?
No.
Was it more of a kids gathering at a trampoline place?
That's what I heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did you have plans to see them Tuesday, January 24th, 2023?
No.
Do you recall saying previously that there were plans to get together for dinner that night, but they changed because your wife had plans with her brother?
No, we never had plans to go there Tuesday night. They asked us to come to the Tuesday night, but we already had plans with Sue's sister Joan.
Okay, so there weren't set plans, but you were asked to come to their house that night.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you couldn't go because you had other plans.
Right, we were going to make it for Friday.
Thank you for clarifying that. In terms of your interaction with Lindsay and Patrick and the kids, while there were some struggles going on, did you and your wife offer to take the kids to your house overnight to kind of give them a break?
I did mention that to my son.
Okay. And was that offer declined?
Yes.
And going back to Thanksgiving of 2022, when you were interacting with Lindsay, I think you previously said that her demeanor was good. She was quiet. Did you also say at one point she had a little blankness to her at times?
She seemed to at times.
And can you tell us like what that was?
Just like a stare.
Kind of staring off into the distance, distracted?
No, just not totally interacting, just sort of.
Okay. So at some points.
Almost like nervous, kind of like.
Nerves.
Almost just like, something like that.
Okay, so at some points she was staring a little bit, seemed a little nervous, but then in other times she was interacting with everyone as she normally would?
Pretty much.
Okay. You mentioned earlier when you were talking about Lindsay having a little bit of difficulty getting Dawson seated at Thanksgiving that he was being a little silly.
Yeah.
Was that typical for him to behave in that way?
Yeah, he was a handful, but he was good. He was a good boy.
Going back to the night of January 24th, 2023, at some point in time that night, did you get a phone call from Patrick?
In January?
January 24th, 2023.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, we did.
And what was his demeanor during that call?
Is this the night of the?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It was terrible.
And did you and your wife leave your home and head to the hospital to be with him?
Yes.
Thank you.
Attorney Reddington.
Thank you. Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Clancy, just a couple of questions. You were summoned to be here by the DA, is that correct?
Correct.
And you gave statements to whoever wanted statements. You were very cooperative with the investigation, is that right?
Yes.
And being as you're the obviously grandfather and father of Pat, over the years from the time they were dating, engaged, married, kids, you and your wife were pretty close with both of them, were you not?
Yes.
Do you have an opinion as to how Lindsay was as a mother that you could see?
She was very, very good. She fed them great. She did a lot of things with them. They did like the all-American family.
And district attorney had asked you about Thanksgiving of 22, November 16th of 22, and she made reference, I think you had responded that she appeared to be quiet, and then she used the term, did you know about the struggles? Can you tell me what the struggles were? Do you know what she meant by that?
I knew.
Go to sidebar.
Thank you, sir. I think I was asking you about the word, the struggles, and can you just tell the jury what was meant by the struggles?
I knew she was having a hard time sleeping. I knew she just didn't feel well. I know she had gone to the emergency room where my wife was working. Those types of struggles.
And just so, obviously for the record, your wife would be Sue?
Yes.
And she's a nurse, labor and delivery at South Shore?
Yes.
And did Lindsay confide, to your knowledge, yes or no, to your wife about some of her issues as a result of which your wife referred her to a person to speak to?
Yes.
Do you know who that person was?
I don't remember the person's name.
Okay, would that be the South Shore perinatal, I think is what it's called?
Yes.
Okay. And understanding that you're the father-in-law, would you agree that the two of you and Lindsay, had a pretty good relationship?
Yes, very good.
And you told us about November 16th and then Thanksgiving of 22 and then up until Christmas and then after Christmas and the time frame actually right up to January 24th. You guys were supposed to get together that night, right?
Correct. Well, no, we weren't. We were asked to come to dinner that night.
But you had other plans?
We had other plans.
Okay. District Attorney asked you about, on a number of occasions, about the time at your home. I think it was on Thanksgiving when Dawson was acting a little rambunctious or silly, and that she guided him to his seat. Was she, to your opinion and what you could observe, did you believe that she was being abusive to him at all?
No.
And you know her mother and father as well, correct?
Yeah.
And the four of you, the in-laws from both sides, you and your wife, Sue, and Lindsay's mother and father, both were all kind of pulling together to try to help this young couple out during that time frame, right?
Yes.
And your son, Patrick, he was very concerned about his wife, was he not?
He was.
And he confided in you on a number of occasions.
Yes.
I'm sorry, sir. Thank you.
Commonwealth?
Nothing further.
All right, thank you, sir. Let me step down. Thank you.
Watch your step, please.
Commonwealth, could I see you over here just scheduling? Start the next witness for just a couple of minutes. And we're going to break till 2 o'clock. So I'm going to ask you to be ready to come back here at 2 o'clock. Same instructions I've been giving you the whole time during the break. Don't talk about this case with anybody. Don't do any research about this. Don't look into anything about this case or any similar cases. And I'll see you at 2 o'clock. You have a nice break. Okay? Thank you.
Court, all rise.
So we'll be in recess on this matter till 2 o'clock.
Court stands in recess. Vote.